We begin with the COVID-19 situation here in South Korea and worldwide, going into year 3 of this pandemic. Hundreds of millions of vaccines administered and treatments widely available, but the problems are mounting rather than improving, both here and overseas.
Yes, we're seeing caseloads hitting record highs in different parts of the world. And for more on this and other updates, our reporter Shin Ye-eun is in the studio. Lovely to see you, Yeun.
Good morning.
Well, let's begin with the global situation with the rise of the Omicron variant as well. It's not looking very good, is it?
Right. The pandemic situation has worsened. And if I cite statistics from December 22nd to 28th, on average, more than 935,000 were infected each day across the world. And the virus particularly surged in countries like the U.S., France, the UK, and Italy. The United States recorded the highest 7-day average as of Tuesday, with more than 265,000 cases. And Johns Hopkins University compiled the data and analyzed that the latest record surpassed the previous high mark of around 252,000 average daily cases set on January 11th of this year, which is 2021. Now, this suggests that though a year has passed since governments around the world have actively rolled out vaccination campaigns and virus prevention measures, the pandemic situation has not been tamed, mainly because of the spread of both the Delta and Omicron variants. Take a listen to how the WHO Director General evaluated the threat posed by these two contagious strains of the virus.
Right now, Delta and Omicron are twin threats that are driving up cases to record numbers, which again is leading to spikes in hospitalizations and deaths. I'm highly concerned that Omicron, being more transmissible, circulating at the same time as Delta, is leading to a tsunami of cases.
And health experts in the United States agreed. Many said January will be a difficult month due to the spread of Omicron, but it's not only limited to the United States. As I mentioned yesterday, France has been seeing a surge in COVID-19 infections. On Wednesday, the country's health minister said the country added 208,000 new cases in a single day, which was not only a national record, but the highest daily tally ever seen in Europe. And the health minister said more than 2 people tested positive every second, according to the current infection rates.
Now, compared to other countries worldwide, the situation isn't nearly as severe here in South Korea, but it's still putting a strain on medical workers and the healthcare system. What's the forecast looking like for new daily infections on this Thursday?
Right, so we're expecting the caseload to stay above the 5,000 mark yet again. Up until 9 p.m. Wednesday, we recorded 4,533 infections, and that was down by 178 from what had been reported the same time the day before. And compared to a week ago, this figure came down by 775, which suggests that the toughened quarantine restrictions are starting to have effect, and we're seeing a downward trend in COVID-19 infections here.
But at the same time, we can't ever really let our guards down when it comes to the pandemic, can we? So, well, South Korea for now, it's hit pause on the return to normal scheme, and it reinforced the measures since the quarantine measures since December 18th. And, well, they're set to expire this Sunday. So do you think the authorities are going to extend that?
I think they are, because we've seen throughout the whole pandemic, authorities constantly extended social distancing measures for an extra 2 weeks. And this is most likely to happen again during a meeting on Wednesday where an advisory body of government officials and experts gathered to discuss how we can return to normal life. Authorities said current distancing measures should last for at least another 2 weeks. And the Central Disaster and Safety Countermeasure Headquarters will take all opinions into account and announce their final decisions tomorrow, a Friday here in Korea.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of us saw this extension coming, but are officials going to lay out their specific reasonings behind why this decision was made?
Right. I think the reasoning is that the surge of Omicron, obviously, we've seen a lot of cases in the country. On Wednesday, we saw Omicron figures added in a span of a single day surpass 100 for the first time. And the country has so far detected nearly 560 Omicron cases. And this figure may rise sharply because South Korea has now invented a PCR test that is able to detect all 5 existing variants, including Omicron, within hours. Now, prior to this, variants could only be identified through genome sequencing, a process that usually took several days. In fact, Korea has become the first country in the world to introduce this new testing method, and it will be available for use starting today, this Thursday.
All right, well, thanks for your report, Yang. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.